notification that time?
Nope.
Should I be checking Twitch?
Which
You wanna go check
GameSlab
Twitch?
is hosting La Lady Bella,
It's just loading for a
I
second.
think.
Lab is live.
I've evidently posted a tweet
Hey.
and I'm... Where?
Yep, there we go.
Yep, it's just
Is
a
that really what I sound like?
Dude, no, come on. If I can love my voice, you can love your sexy voice. I tell you what, you know, if you actually read out like an audiobook, I would listen to it. I've heard way worse like people read audio. Like
Yeah,
you guys
me
are about to
talk.
listen to me read a book.
Benny's heard me
Last
speak enough, and he can get through that.
That's true.
The trick is in the microphone. We'll set you up with a really nice microphone, James, and you'll just be like, "Ooh, my voice is creamy butter."
Yeah, I'll just
Dude,
be like,
just smoke a lot of cigarettes, you get that nice husky voice going.
hi everyone, welcome to Benny's RPG ASMR channel. Benny's RPG ASMR.
Oh, God. Okay, so there's a
heck
couple
is
of ways
this
that we're
thing?
gonna do this. Now, I think the easiest way we can do this, because I didn't have time to do exactly what I was thinking, which was to run you three through this book simultaneously, just to really mess with you. But I have one homebrew rule I want to try with this book, and the only thing is you will come across a page that says you die, or something will happen to you where your stamina hits 0 and you die, just dead, right? Now you have one chance, exactly one chance. Imagine it like an Estus flask or a coin or a saving throw. You get exactly one chance to try and talk your way out of it with one of the most colorful and interesting explanations for how you would survive that particular scenario. For example, let's say I just jumped into a game of Knifey McKnifey, and I picked up a dagger in the hopes that it was Russian roulette and this dagger is fake, and I just plunged it into my heart. I then have to colorfully explain how that did not kill me if I want to survive. And then it's up to the other people here to whether or not we agree that that happens. Otherwise, you're dead and you're out. Sound good?
Question.
Yep.
You're playing Russian roulette in a knifey McKnife fight, and you think you've got a fake knife. Why would you test it on yourself first?
Well, that's
Why
the game, right? There's a bunch of daggers in the center. You roll them
Like,
around,
knife
then
is
you have to
just
pick
Russian
one
roulette,
up.
but with knives.
But wouldn't you just like stab the other person? Oh, it didn't work. Grab the next one. Stab him with that one. Hey, that one worked. I win knifey McKnife fight.
Can I try this on you first?
Shoot the other person? That's what you're insinuating.
This is not how Russian roulette works. All
That
right.
is exactly how it works. You know
Bro.
you're about to shoot yourself, so you just like
This may not be how it works, but this is how we're going to make it go.
Okay, but that is the only extra rule I'm going to add to this. I'm going to loosely run you over this. We're actually going to create characters. This is a choose your own adventure novel, if you will. Citadel of Chaos by Steve Jackson. It's one of the fighting fantasy books. It's adorably brilliant. It's a choose your own adventure book where we're going to roll up a character. You guys can name it whatever you like. Again, we'll take turns. You can deliberate, up to you, whatever. And what I ask is that we'll make a character, you have fun, go through it, be yourselves, add a little flair to it. I'm just going to read out exactly what's in the book, and I will interact with you a bit, adding a little bit of my own style to it. I'll go over the rules real quickly, but you're offered a few chances to do things, but you'll interact with monsters, and they'll have d6s as well. It's a very, very simple D&D-esque thing. The idea of this book originally was you're on the road traveling and you don't have your DM group and you want to do something fun, so you fight this book. And then the masochist Steve Jackson, not Steven Jackson,
Are you sure?
he wrote this book,
Damn
and
you,
he's a
Richard.
massive masochist. This book is ridiculously hard. I think I've played it 8 times and I suck at it. Still yet to beat this book, so if one of you guys beat this book, I'm just going to ban you from the channel.
Right? That's The
Not
dick.
fair?
Are there like classes, or is it just everyone's a thing?
So I guess there's no real class, but the way you roll your character will determine that.
Sick.
So everyone's just a human with no class. So
Pretty much, yeah,
there's no
yeah.
change.
Excuse me, I'm full of class.
Can't have class without a good ass.
Ooh. If anyone knows James well enough, he has a great ass.
I was insinuating
class
that.
without lass, so maybe I'm a woman.
I literally
No.
just
All right.
imagine that
So,
Among Us when someone gets ejected out of the pod.
we
except it said,
decided before
"James
stream-
Discord."
We decided before stream that we're going to start with Mob. Mob, do you want to use your real name, or would you like to be called Mob?
Feel free to use my real name. I give no shits.
All right. Mob, or as I know him, Adam, one of the coolest people who hangs around Games Lab. Don't ever challenge him to drinking contest. Lose. Everyone loses. Actually,
No,
there are
the
people
bar
sitting
wins.
next to him in the booths who haven't challenged him and they've lost.
Does the bar lose?
Yep.
No, the bar wins. The bar very much.
The bar always wins. Damn it.
It's like
Okay.
playing a casino.
So, I believe you've got your own dice there, Adam. So,
Yep.
to determine your initial skill, stamina, and luck, I want you to roll one die, add 6 to this number, and enter it into the skill. So, roll one die.
Got a 3.
Alright, so you got a skill of 9. Then you're gonna roll both dice, add 12 to the number, and that's your stamina.
So 7 on the dice.
So is that 7 for both, 6 and a 1, or something like that?
Yeah, 6 and 1. So
So you got 19
that is
stamina. And then 1 die plus 6 for luck.
Total of 11.
Nice. Your luck's good. Your stamina's kind of average, as you'll soon find out. Skill reflects your swordsmanship and fighting expertise. The higher the better. Stamina represents your strength. The higher your stamina, the longer you will survive. Luck represents how lucky a person you are. Luck and magic are facts of life in the fantasy world you're about to explore. Skill, stamina, and luck scores changed constantly during the adventure, so keep an eraser handy. I brought a laptop and a needlessly complex OBS setup. You must keep an accurate record of these scores, but never rub out your initial scores, although you may receive additional skills. These totals may never exceed your initial scores limit, that's fine. So battles, when you're told to fight a creature, Adam, you must resolve the battle as described below. First, record the creature's skill and stamina scores, which will be given on the page in an empty encounter box on your adventure sheet. Sequence of combat is roll 2 dice for the creature, add its skill score, that is its attack strength. Roll 2 dice for yourself and add your skill, that is your attack strength. Whose attack strength is higher? Your attack strength is you've wounded the creature. If the creature's is higher, it's wounded you. If both are the same, you've both missed. Start again. If you wound the creature, you subtract 2 points from its stamina. You may use luck here to do additional damage. We'll get to that in a moment. If the creature wounds you, subtract 2 points of stamina from your score, and you may use luck to minimize that damage. May make the appropriate changes to either the stamina and luck scores, etc. Escaping from battles. You may only escape if it is offered to you. If you do run away, you get 1 wound. So that's a bit Warhammer-esque. Luck. Okay, so luck. Test your luck. As you will discover, using luck is risky business. The way you test your luck is as follows. Roll 2 dice. If the number rolled is equal to or less than your current luck score, you have been lucky. If your number rolled is higher than your current luck score, you have been unlucky. The consequences of being lucky or unlucky will be found on the page. Each time you test your luck, you must subtract 1 point from your current luck score. Using luck in battles. When you want to use luck, you have to announce it, and you can only do it. I guess you can do it as many times as you want, but I would recommend only doing it once per. Because if you mess it up, it's pretty bad.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll just die real quick.
So what you're saying is the luck skill, we can use it like we're gambling.
Yep. Stamina and provisions.
Yes.
So stamina score will change a lot during your adventure. As you near your goal, your stamina level may become dangerously low and battles will become particularly risky. Be careful. You can only restore your stamina score by casting a stamina spell, or you are well advised to ensure that you include stamina spells in your original choice of spells. Remember that stamina score may never exceed its initial value. Equipment and potions. So you will gather stuff along the way that we will put in there. But for magic, now this is the next cool part, Adam, that you might like. So, your magic determines how many magic spells you may use during your quest. These spells may be chosen from the list following this section. After considering the spells available, enter your choices into the magic spells box on your sheet. I think I got a slightly different one, so we'll just add it into the notes, which is fine. If, for example, you rolled a 4 and a 3, your magic score will be 13. Because 4 plus 3 plus 6. So roll 2 dice, add 6 to the number, and that is your total magic.
So it was roll 1, was it?
So roll 2 d6s and add 6 to that.
Total of 10.
Awesome. So we're going to get to pick a bunch of spells. So let's go to our notes. Properties. Alright. So so you can have a total of 10 spells as you please. And you can pick however you want. So perhaps you would like 3 stamina spells, 5 ESP spells, and 3 fire spells. Well, that's 11, sorry. You prefer one of each of the 12, or so on and so forth. Each time during an adventure that you use a spell, you must cross it off your list, even if it's not effective. If you've taken more than one of any spell, you must reduce its number available each time you use it. You will sometimes be given the option to use spells and find that you have not got them with you or have used them all up. In those cases, you may not choose them. As you have no idea of the dangers lurking within the Citadel the first time you enter, you will no doubt choose spells that will not be as effective as you would like, but on subsequent adventures you will choose spells more wisely. Also, don't worry if your magic score is low, even the lowest possible score will provide you with enough spells to complete your quest if you make the right choices and are blessed with a little bit of luck.
Do I have the ability to burn the place down and walk away?
I don't know, but I wouldn't put it past this fucking book.
Bob's just like, I burned the book.
Okay, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to read out the spells because you have, I think, an option of up to 12 different spells. Now, you can have 10 in as many varieties as you like. You could say, I just want 10 of this one spell, and we just roll the dice and go YOLO. So here are the spells. Creature Copy. This spell will allow you to conjure up an exact duplicate of any creature you are fighting. The duplicate will have the same skill and stamina scores, and the same powers as its original, but the duplicate will be under the control of your will, and you may, for example, instruct it to attack the original creature and then sit back and watch the battle. Okay? ESP. With this spell, you'll be able to tune into the psychic wavelengths. It may help you to read a creature's mind, or may tell you what's behind a locked door. However, it's sometimes prone to give misleading information if one psychic source is close to another. Fire. Every creature is afraid of fire, and this spell allows you to conjure up fire at will. You may cause a small explosion on the ground which will burn for several seconds, or you may create a wall of fire to keep creatures at bay. Fool's Gold. This spell will turn ordinary rock into a pile of what appears to be gold. However, the spell is merely a form of illusion spell. Although more reliable than the illusion spell below, the pile of gold will soon turn back to rock. Illusion. This is a powerful spell, but one which is a little unreliable. Through the spell, you may create a convincing illusion. For example, that you have turned into a snake, or that the floor is covered in hot coals, with which to fool the creature. The spell will immediately be cancelled if anything happens which dispels the illusion. For example, you convince the creature that you have turned into a snake and then promptly crack it over the head with your sword. It is most effective against intelligent creatures. Levitation. You may cast this spell onto objects, opponents, and even yourself. It frees its receiver from the effects of gravity, and as such will cause that receiver to float freely in the air under your control. Luck. This spell, along with the skill and stamina spells, is special in that it may be cast at any time during your adventure, except in battle. You need not to wait for a choice to appear on the page. Once cast, it will restore your luck score by half your initial luck score. If your initial luck score is an odd number, deduct the extra half. This spell will never take your luck score over its initial level. Thus, if you cast 2 luck spells, your luck score will only be restored to its initial level. Shielding. Casting this spell creates an invisible shield in front of you, which will protect you from physical objects. Example, arrows, swords, or creatures. The spell is not effective against magic, and of course, if nothing outside can touch you, you will not be able to touch anything outside it. Skill. This spell will replenish your stamina score by half its initial value and may be cast at any time except in battle. Same as luck, half and all that jazz. Strength. This spell has the effect of increasing your strength greatly and is very useful when battling strong creatures. However, must be exercised with caution, as it's difficult to control your own strength when it is suddenly increased so much. Weakness. Strong creatures are reduced by this spell to miserable weaklings. It is not successful against all creatures, but when effective, those creatures become puny and much less of a challenge in battle. So just for reference, a lot of these spells will be contextual, except for the luck and skill spell. You actually have to wait for an option to use them, and they do turn up where you would expect them to.
Okay, I have one question. Can I only cast a spell once in a given room?
You can cast a spell whenever you are given the option. If you take the two spells that you can cast whenever you like, barring their restrictions, which is not in battle for the skill one, you could cast all 6 of them in one fell swoop, going, fuck it, I want super full health. But yeah,
cool.
So for instance, levitate.
Yep.
If we come up to an area and it says, would you like to use your levitate spell? That's when you can use it.
Okay. So I could just potentially, if I took all fire,
you could take 10 fire if you want.
And I could just nuke a room.
If it gives you the option to use fire again and again and again, you can use fire again and again and again.
That mean if you had just 10 clone spells, you could just clone, like, I don't know, a giant that you're going to fight in a room.
Oh, no. I thought about that.
Here's my 10 giants.
I thought about that, and then I thought, I can have an army following me around everywhere after I start cloning in the first room I can.
Well, I instantly went like Naruto and was just like, I could shadow clone this.
Yeah,
No,
unfortunately, the
I
limitations of the
zombie
book being that the option sort of has to come up for it, which is really annoying, but it does make sense later on. I would recommend that even if you do want to go, fuck it, I just want nothing but fire, and we'll see what happens, maybe pick up a couple of stamina ones just so that you can heal yourself at least once.
But where's the fun in that?
Hey, look, you don't have to do it, dude. You don't have to do it.
So I'm just doing my math on how many I've already written down for myself, and I'll let you know.
Okay, I'm going to make a new text box for the character of your name. Your character's name, rather. What would you like to call your character?
Robin the Brave.
Robin the Brave. Loving it. Ooh. Properties and Robin. There you go. All right. Gas. All right. Hazel said Robin the Grave? Question mark?
No. That's after the character dies.
Okay. So, have you got the count of your spells? Because you can have 10.
Yep. So, 1 creature copy,
Alright, hold on 1 second. Notes, properties. One creature copy.
1 fool's gold.
Fool's gold. Yep.
Just because it's me. 4 fire.
Say we don't give you matches when I see you in person ever again.
Yep.
1 strength.
Yep.
2 levitate and 1 stamina.
I love it. That is well-rounded. Friendo? Alright.
I've never played a wizard in D&D before, I swear.
It's never happened. Not once. Go. Cool. That's all fitted in. Now, equipment. You start your adventure with a sword and dressed in leather armor. You carry a lantern to light your way and a backpack to hold any treasure or artifacts you may find on your way. Be sure to record all your finds in the equipment box in your adventure sheet. When these are used in a particular encounter, the story will tell you whether that item is destroyed or left behind. If it is lost in this way, you must cross it off your list and equipment, and you may not use it later in your adventure. I'm gonna add that to your equipment. I'm learning with you. All right. You have a sword. You are dressed in leather armor.
Yes, armor.
What, would you like it to be called something else?
Like, brought his kink over into the game. Great.
What do you mean brought?
There's a you in armor, right? It looks weird to me.
It's like, all I can hear is that like latex smack, and it's just like, yes, armor.
Just a nice smacking of the lips.
Threat assessment.
Alright, fantastic. Done. Boom. Alright.
Now, I actually have one question. With that lantern, are we talking like an oil-based lantern, I'm assuming?
It doesn't clarify, but if you would like it to be oil-based, we can.
I think it matters too.
Are you going to yeet it at your enemies? And then...
Trust me.
Oh my god, I hope the book bites in the ass.
He's thinking of his saving throw, right?
No, I'm thinking of I have fire.
Manipulate the fire.
Benny has the death note.
Who said that? Who said I have the death note? That's rude. I wouldn't tell you guys
that's
if I
what
had
you've
it.
got, right? You're gonna write our names in and we're gonna die.
So, Mob, are you ready to venture?
Yep.
Alright, so...
We have time at the end. We should totally do one where we're like all controlling the same character, and it's going to be like the absolute worst.
Well, let's see how we go, and we'll get through one first, because who knows, Mob could be like just beginner's luck, savant, just destroys everything, and just goes, guys, that book was easy. I thought you said this was hard. I think he's dead already, but that's because this book is so harsh.
I think you need more fire.
So how will you start your adventure? The book you hold in your hands is a gateway to another world. A world of dark magic, terrifying monsters, brooding castles, treacherous dungeons, and untold danger, where the noble few defend against the myriad schemes of the forces of evil. Welcome to the world of fantasy. Alright. Background. The lawful good folk of the Vale of Willow have lived for some 8 years in awe and fear of the demi-sorcerer Balthus Dire. In awe since his power is truly awesome, and in fear ever since the word leaked from his domain that his ambitious plans of conquest were to commence with the Vale itself. A faithful half-elf sent on a spying mission to the Black Tower came galloping back to the Vale 3 days ago with a frantic warning from within the caverns of Crag and Rock. Balthus Dire had recruited an army of chaotics and was preparing them to attack the Vale within the week. The good King Salomon was a man of action, and messengers were sent throughout the Vale that day to prepare defenses and to summon the menfolk to action. Riders had also been sent to the great forest of Yore to warn the half-elves that lived there to make an appeal for allied forces. King Salomon was also a wise man. He knew well that the news would inevitably reach the Grand Wizard of Yore, a white sorcerer of great power who lived deep within the forest. The wizard was old and not last through a battle of this magnitude, but he schooled a number of young magicians, and perhaps one of his students in the magic arts with courage and ambition would aid the king and his subjects. You are his star pupil, the Grand Wizard of Yore. He has been a difficult master, and and your own impatience has often gotten the better of you, perhaps a little too headstrong. You immediately left for Salomon's court. The king welcomed you enthusiastically and explained his plan. The battle could be avoided without bloodshed if Balthus were to be assassinated before his army could be amassed. The mission ahead of you is extremely perilous. Balthus Dire is surrounded in his citadel by a magnitude of appalling creatures. Although magic is your strongest weapon, there will be times where you must rely on your sword to survive. King Salomon has briefed you on your mission and warned you of the dangers that lie ahead. One way through the citadel is the best way for you to take. If you discover it, you will be successful with a minimum of personal risk. It may take you several trips to find the easiest way through. You leave Vale of Willow on the long hike to the Black Tower. At the foot of the hill of Kragan Rock, you can see its outline against the dark sky. Your adventure awaits. May your stamina never fail. Ready? I hope that was
Yes,
good.
but I do
actually
have
really
one
tried.
thing. If I'm your star pupil, well, everyone's fucked.
Whoops.
Already, this sounds awesome, but I feel like, Ben, there needs to be more candles and less background light in your office right now.
I can turn the light off.
No, but I need candles.
I
think
don't
you also-
have the
you know-
candles.
Benny, you also need a reading jacket and a fez.
I got a top hat. Do you want a top hat?
It's not a
Yes.
fez.
I
I
want
know
a
it's
top
not
hat.
fez, dude. I'm making
No,
do
no.
with what I got. Here, I got a Rubik's Cube. I'll wear this.
Can we put a vote into the chat for a top hat?
All right.
Hazel, you need to get him a fez and a reading jacket.
Ow. That hurt. Okay. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. Bob, you see this in front of you? Look at this fucking...
Is that a dog or a monkey?
The illustrations. All right. The sun sets as twilight turns to darkness. You start to climb up the hill towards the forbidden-shaped silhouette against the night sky. The citadel is less than an hour's climb. Some distance from its walls, you stop to rest. A mistake, as it seems a fearful spectre from which there is no escape. The hairs on the back of your neck prickle as you look towards it, but you're ashamed of your fears. With grim resolve, you march onwards towards the main gate, where you know guards will be waiting. You consider your options. You have already thought about claiming to be a herbalist, come to treat a guard with a fever. You could pose as a trader or an artisan, perhaps a carpenter. You could even be a nomad, seeking shelter for the night. As you ponder the possibilities and the yarns you will have to spin to the guards, you reach the main trail leading up to the gates. 2 lanterns burn on either side of the portcullis. You hear muffled gruntings as you approach. The 2 misshapen creatures step forward. On the left stands an ugly creature with the head of a dog and the body of a great ape. Flexing its powerful arms, its opposite number is indeed its opposite, with the head of an ape and the body of a large dog. This latter guard approaches you on all fours. It stops some meters in front of you, raises itself on its hind legs and addresses you. Which story will you opt for? Will you pose as a herbalist? Will you claim to be a tradesman? Or will you ask shelter for the night?
I'm actually going to come up as a rather well-established tradesman. Nice bag full of shiny objects, shall we say?
You have shiny objects, you say?
I'm just having like nightmares thinking of that little gorilla dog thing running up to me like Smeagol style going, shiny, shiny.
Shiny.
Awful.
So you're gonna pretend to be a tradesman?
Yeah, I'm going to be as a trader. So
Okay.
I'm going to approach them and just. I have come to seek what sort of potential future negotiations I can make with the Lord of the Manor.
Fantastic. Okay. Come to make money, eh? Says the ape dog. Well, you can share some of your profits with us. As you have nothing to offer them, you pull out a rock out of your pouch and cast a fool's gold spell on it. A fool's gold spell on it, offering them a gold nugget. Turn to 96, or you can prepare yourself for battle. Deduct the fool's gold spelled if you cast that. You can cast fool's gold and hand it to them, or you can attack them.
No, I'm definitely casting the Fool's Gold.
All right, so we got to remove that from your spells.
I think you could square up on that little, the little one that looks awful on the left.
Sorry?
No, I'm more worried about the little one. He's right at crotch punch height.
I nearly spilled my drink everywhere.
Oh, that's fantastic.
What do you mean?
All right,
What's the
96.
issue?
I took a massive swig of my drink as you said that, and I almost ended up all over my computer.
They accept your offering and summon the gatekeeper, who opens a small doorway in the portcullis to let you in. You leave them squabbling over the gold nugget. Turn to 251. Right. You walk forward into a spacious open courtyard surrounded by large walls. Various lights are burning and groups of figures are shuffling around in the darkness. In the center of the courtyard is a large monument of some kind. Perhaps a fountain? Looking across the yard, you can see what happens to the happens to be the main entrance to the tower. Will you creep around the wall towards the tower, stride boldly across the courtyard, or tiptoe through the shadows towards one of the groups?
I'm very much going to live up to my name and go into the shadows.
You're gonna tiptoe through the shadows?
Yep.
321.
This is awesome.
Cautiously and keeping well out of sight, you creep through the darkness around the edge of the courtyard. There are two groups of creatures in front of you. To the right, you can see two human-like figures talking under a torch fastened to the wall. To the left, a group of 4 creatures of varying shapes and sizes are sitting around a fire, eating. Will you approach the two by the torch or the group around the fire?
I'm going to approach the ones around the fire that seem to be eating.
A motley crew sits around the fire. A warty-faced orc is handing out scraggy chunks of half-cooked meat to the others. A snarling dwarf with green skin is complaining about the size of his piece, while 2 scruffy goblins, a man and a woman, are cuddling each other. Ah! I don't know why I made that so aggressive.
Why is he complaining about the size of his piece?
They giggle and laugh, and every so often she slaps his ugly face, causing more merriment. As you approach, they stop and turn round to look at you with unwelcoming faces. They sneer at your neat appearance, and the female goblin whispers some comment to her mate. Fucking casual. In front of the dwarf, you can see an open box. You can just make out a vial of liquid within it. Will you sit down with them around the fire, or ask them whether you may join them?
I'm just going to sit with them.
That's just straight up.
Dominance.
134.
Straight up asserting dominance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, I'm
How
here.
else are you going to get some respect?
They're taken
just
aback by your audacity. Rather than waiting for them to talk, you act aggressively and demand to know how to get into the citadel. They point to the main entrance, obviously a little bewildered by your confident manner, and whisper amongst themselves, "Oh my god, maybe he's played this before." The orc tells you that you will need the password scimitar to get in. You ask about the vial of liquid within the box, whereupon they get agitated. Will you press them for more information about the vial, turn to 60, or leave them and head for the 2 men you saw earlier, or press towards the Black Tower?
gonna actually gonna press some more on the vial.
You're gonna press some more on the vial? Alright. I've never done this myself. The creatures become suspicious as you press them for more information. The dwarf springs to its feet, brandishing a wooden club, while the goblin and the orc grab swords and glare at you. The goblin's mistress shrieks and steps back several paces as the others advance towards you. You will have to fight them. You may use a magic spell, levitation or illusion, or you can draw your sword and fight. You have to levitate.
I know, and I'm going to.
You're gonna levitate?
So Robin bravely ran away.
I use levitate. Yeet.
Behold your god.
Oh. Wait, I've seen this episode of Star Wars. 10 to 33. This is awesome. Okay. As you try to rise, the orc and the goblin grab you and hold you down while the dwarf advances with his club. 10 to 13. Fuck.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. You draw your sword just in time as the dwarf is almost upon you. Fight each in turn. Dwarf, goblin, orc. If you win, you may escape during the battle by making off for the monument in the center of the courtyard. Okay, so this is giving you the option to run away if you so choose, or you can take them on. The dwarf has 5 skill and 6 stamina. Go.
So, is it just fighting the dwarf or fighting all of them?
All of them in turn. They will not fight you at the same time. So do you remember how to do this?
I'm out. I'm gone.
You're
Fuck this
yeeting.
noise.
You may escape. So you escape. So you're going to take a wound. I'm going to just reset these. They fight like people in a movie, one at a time. Yes, they do, Hazel.
Yeah.
It's Nugget Bridge all over again.
Ooh. Okay. So, you escape. You're going to take a wound, which means we're going to negative some stamina from you by 2. So,
Ooh.
property. So, 17 stamina. Done. Alright. So, you escape and go to the monument 209. Seems pretty reasonable. I mean, I don't think I'd fight all 3. You cast your eyes over the strange structure. It appears not to be a fountain, but a temple of some sort. To one side of the door, to one side there is a door, which you may investigate, or you may press onwards to the citadel itself. If you wish to press onwards, turn here if you wish to investigate. You can investigate the door next to the temple, or you can press onwards to the citadel itself.
I'm going to investigate the door.
Wish to investigate 3. This book smells amazing, by the way. Don't. Oh, I think it does. All right.
Book smell is good.
Interesting.
The door opens and the small room inside is lit by candlelight. Cautiously, you look inside to see a strange sight. On a stone altar in the middle of the chamber are 3 silver chalices, one containing a different colored liquid, or each containing a different colored liquid. One clear, one red, and one milky. Fluttering around the altar are 3 small winged gremlin-type creatures, all chirping excitedly. Every so often one lands on the altar and takes a sip of the milky liquid. The open door creaks on its hinges and startles them. They whirl around to see you and become very excited. You may either enter the chamber or close the door quickly and press onward to the citadel.
So you said they look excited.
They whirl around to see you and become very excited.
Well, I am wearing leather, so I don't blame them.
Hold on. I'll let you mull this one over for a second. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Apple juice
Did you
refill?
run out of apple juice?
I did. They just don't make them in big enough bottles. Well, not the nice ones anyway. Anyway.
Hey, look, there's milky liquid. They're excited. I'm down for this.
I don't know what you
Sounds so out
mean.
of context.
Alright, there we go. Patient. So you're going in, you're investigating.
Yep.
You enter the chamber. Turn to 58. Ooh, back we go. Right. As you enter, the gremlins flutter and squeak excitedly. They fly past you through the door and out into the night. You're now alone with the chalices. Will you risk taking a drink? If so, which will you choose? The clear, the red, or the milky one?
But we know which
Or
one you're
you can just leave for the Citadel.
I want that sweet, sweet milky liquid.
He's going for it. I
It
too.
doesn't come out of the bottle very easily.
I was waiting until Benny went to go take a drink before I did.
Yeah. Knew you would. Fucking- The milky liquid smells sweet. You take a sip and start to giggle. You take a gulp and burst out laughing for no reason at all. No wonder the little gremlins were enjoying it so much. Light-headed and in fine spirits, you leave the chamber to make your way onwards towards the Citadel. Turn to 156 and add 2 stamina points for this refreshing instant.
Booyah.
Oh,
I have no idea what to say.
delicious milky white liquid. That's all you need to know.
This seems like a good Saturday night.
Is
Axel.
this just like Harry Potter giggle juice?
Why not?
Or from like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Right. As you stride across the open courtyard, you notice that you are walking alongside a small mound, almost like a buried pipeline running from the Black Tower to the temple. You bend over to investigate it. Could it perhaps be made by a mole of some kind? As you touch the mound, it caves in, and to your horror, a long grey tentacle covered in warty growths bursts out of the ground and wraps itself around your legs. How will you fight this thing? Will you draw your sword, cast a levitation spell, or cast a fire spell? And it's actually got a picture for this one.
Dude, you said this was like a D&D thing. This is getting a bit borderline elsewhere.
I know where this is going.
Hey,
it's
no,
only a good
tentacles.
night ahead.
I've seen this anime. Wait, what?
Okay, so you just gave me the option to use the fire spell. There is no other option.
Pull that lamp.
Yep.
Burn!
Burn it.
Alright.
The only thing I will never use a fire spell on is a zombie, because you don't want flaming zombies.
I don't know if that spell nice.
You point to the base of the tentacle and cast your spell. A puff of smoke and flash of light bursts from the hole in the ground. A shudder runs through the tentacle, and thankfully it releases its grip. As it retreats back into the ground, you rub your leg to get the circulation back, and then set off towards the main entrance of the Citadel. Again, remember to deduct the fire spell and turn to 218. Nice.
So once you use a spell, it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I blew
can
my
run
load
out of
on that one.
spells. In front of you is a large wooden door, firmly locked. You may either knock 3 times for the guard, or you may use a strength spell to try and open it.
Well, I guess we're knocking.
You gonna knock?
Well, I don't have a strength spell. Oh, actually, no, I have
You
a
do.
strength spell.
I'm confident you asked for that.
Yeah, no, I did.
Just walk up to it. Kamiyamiya!
You know what? Let's go back to my original facade of the traveling merchants. Let's knock.
Let's knock. Mashed Potato has gifted a sub to Eco. Oh, thanks. I've actually forgotten to add the alert thing. I'm gonna grab the alert. Professional me. Professional you. Copy paste. Play that. There you go. I'm a professional. You were knocking on the door. You said you were knocking?
Yeah.
118. All right. Okay. The door opens and a large, brutish creature steps out. It has a sharp horn in the middle of its forehead and its skin appears to be armor-plated. It grunts. It grunts and asks you, "What do you want? What's the password?" before letting you in. Do you know the password? If so, turn here. If not, you'll have to bluff your way in. Here's what he looks like. Got another illustration. And again, who are you and what's the password?
Looks like me.
Is he wearing a gimp suit?
Yes.
Why not?
You one gimp.
I'm looking at the picture.
Wait, no, his skin's armor plated, so he's not wearing much of a suit at all.
Well, I mean, he looks like he's part rhino, and leather is made from like animal skin, so technically he is in a gimp suit.
Hey,
before
you're
he's turned
both
into a
wearing
gimp.
leather. Ah.
Hey.
Diggity daffodil. All right. Do you know the password?
I know. Yeah, scimitar.
Okay. So if so, turn to 2.
I will laugh so hard if that's not the password.
Oh look, I expect to be shafted.
By that giant horn.
Is the password scimitar, Ganges, or Kraken?
No, scimitar.
The creature grunts and opens a door to let you in. Nice. I have never done that. I remember that.
That was sick.
You're in a narrow hallway. This continues for several meters and ends in a doorway. Halfway along the passage, you can see an archway with some steps that lead downwards. Will you go forwards to the door or creep down the stairs?
Fuck it, let's go to the door.
Go the door. 5. Right back to the side. Try the handle of the door and it turns, opening into another hallway. Some distance along the passageway turns to the right and ends shortly in another door. On this door is a sign which reads, "Please ring for butler." A rope, evidently the bell, hangs by the door. Will you ring as instructed or try the door handle?
It's only polite when in someone's house, if they have a butler, make use of him.
You're gonna ring? 40. Alright, you pull the rope. Oh, look at that guy. Mwah.
Whoa.
Mwah.
Looks great.
Chef kiss.
After several moments, the door opens slowly. A hunchbacked, misshapen creature with rotten teeth and ragged hair. Whoa, that's just me. And tattered clothes stands in front of you.
Not my joke.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you? Growls the half-human creature. Unexpected, you reply, and walk past him through the door with confidence. He's a little bewildered by your manner and stammers, not knowing whether to challenge you or not. Which way to the reception room, you demand? He squints at you through one eye and motions towards a left fork in the passageway, short distance ahead. Will you believe him and take the left fork, or do you distrust this shifty creature and take the right fork? I love how brazen your character is, just like, poof, yeah, I'm fucking here.
Hey, I'm being polite. I'm in someone's house.
Love it.
Let's go the right fork.
So you're gonna ignore him? You think he's leading you
I don't
astray?
trust
We're
him.
going to the right fork?
Hey, he looks like he wants to shank me. I don't trust him.
Look at the stubble on his face. I don't know if you can see that. There's some... There's this little bit of stubble. Like, again, it's just me.
Although, are we sure that's a nose and not a knife?
Unsure. It looks like he has something in his pocket.
You thought it was a nose all along, but it's really knife.
We're going to take the
knife,
right
knife.
fork, so we're going to go to 2. Oh. 2. A little way up the passage, there is a doorway on the right-hand side. This door has some strange scrawlings on it, but they are in a language you do not understand. Will you try opening the door, or will you continue up the passage?
Let's find the Eldritch Horror behind the door.
One point.
Turns out to be like the king taking a dump.
Yeah, the Eldritch Horror.
You try the handle and it turns. You hear nothing coming from inside the room. So you open the door and look around. The room is small with a golden candlestick on a table. But suddenly you hear a creaking sound coming from the floor. Too late. You realize the stones beneath your feet are shifting to reveal a trap. You fall feet first into a pit. As you hit the bottom, you roll sideways down another passage and continue rolling downwards. Try as you might, you cannot stop yourself rolling head over heels until you eventually come to a halt in a small chamber. But the shock has been too much for you. As the world goes black around you, you hear exciting chatterings, then you pass out. Told you he's a filthy casual.
Hey, I found the slide. I found the amusement park section of this.
Oh, hold on. I think I am being rushed. Apologies. I'm maintaining a few different things here tonight. Not sure. Benny, hold the cover of the book up to the camera. Okay, so real quickly, just quick pause because I don't want to ruin the flow too much. I'm having a bit of fun, and I know Adam and Mob is. So it is The Citadel of Chaos by Steve Jackson. It is a fighting fantasy book. They were written by two people, Steve Jackson and Ian Livingston. There is a bunch of them. It is a portable, deep light adventure with some Douglas Adam-esque humor. I'm just throwing a bit of my own flair into it, adding a few extra words here and there. Mob is adding some much needed sadism and a little bit of sexy to it. So
Not as much as you're adding, Benny.
mwah. Then you pass out, so 234. Ooh, dude. Oh
Did
shit.
I find a spit roast?
Oh look. What you can see. Alright.
Is that a two-headed kobold?
Looks like it. You wake up in a dirty room with rough walls cut into the rock, iron bars in the window, and the door confirm your suspicion that you are in a prison cell of some sort. There's not much you can do but sit on the straw mattress in one corner until someone appears. An hour or so later, you hear the shuffling noise outside. Looking through the bars in the door, you can see a lizard-like creature shuffling down the corridor, carrying a mug and a bowl. The beast with two heads, which talk to each other as he walks. Oh, you farted. No, you farted. No, we're the same person. It's like, well, stop blaming me. Its skin is grey and scaly, and a long tail follows it up the passage. It stops at the door and pushes a bowl and mug through the small opening into your cell, then shambles off to sit at a table across the hall. You have been given bread and broth. You will eat and drink, or you will call out. Will you eat and drink, or will you call out to this creature, a calcorm, to take your food? If you wish to shout at the calcorm, turn here.
Well, this has been an adventure. I need to eat.
So you'll eat and then call out to the calcorm, or are you just going to shout at them?
No, I'm going to eat first.
Okay. 397. Doing well, all things considered. And before he has the walkthrough up, it's not much of a meal, but you were hungry and thirsty. And you want to kill hungry, thirsty, dead. They gave you an oak!
Wow.
And this offering restores 2 stamina points. Now you may either call out the calcrum, or you can choose a spell to try and get you out of this situation. I don't know the option. Have to be the option. Your stamina can't go any higher because 19 was your upper limit.
You know what? He's been nice to me. I'm going to call him over, maybe have a chat with him. maybe discuss his cooking techniques. Needs a little bit more salt, so I'll call him over.
Call him over. Just to clarify there, Rick and Hazel, Steve Jackson is different to Steven Jackson, who worked on the games. So they are two different people. And the creature is not very talkative, odd. Fucking talking to himself. Doesn't like me. But you do discover that you are in you are in the dungeons beneath the Black Tower. You will probably never be released unless you are given the Ganges for unless you're given to the Ganges for sport. When you question him about Balthus Dire, he goes silent. You had better try a spell to get you out of this prison. 193. Found out you'll not get out of here unless you Ganges. Interesting.
Wait, I'm given to a river?
Who are the Ganges? 193. Choose a spell. Fool's Gold, ESP, or Illusion. Have any of these? You have none of these. Turn to 283.
Well, I'm in prison.
283. Hey, you might be given for sport, remember? Without magic, your fate is sealed. You're doomed to spend the rest of your days as a prisoner in the Citadel of Chaos. You failed your mission! Alright, so, house rule. You would like another chance, and this is very much a house rule. This is not how it's meant to go. Mob has to colorfully explain how he would get out of the situation, and I'll give you a basis. You need to use one of those 3 spells that you don't have. And then Lindsay, James, and chat will vote whether or not you get another shot. Otherwise, we're going to move on to Lindsay's character, and they are going to run through the Citadel.
So it has to be based upon one of the 3 spells.
Well, like, I would... It does not have to be, but that's where we're going to go back to, and you're going to get one of those spells to try and use. So you can either use that as reference for your colorful story, or we can go on. We can set up a poll in a second, Dras, but let Mob take a second, think of something. You'll get a poll organized. I need to find where I was, which I'm pretty... Yep, alright. I found my spot. I'm gonna set up a poll. Bob's scrambling for the internet wiki.
Yeah.
Alright, so if per se I did have the illusion spell, I would be mocking up my version of whatever these Ganges would be, considering I've not met one yet so far, and I assume I never will, except maybe to be thrown around as a football. So I will make up my own mocking of it to go up to the kobold, and I'm assuming my illusion can't talk, so just kind of point towards the gate to get me to come out to go join into the sports. However it may proceed from this point onwards. At which point I walk out following my illusion to move on from here.
Okay. Alright. What do you say, Lindsay and James? Convinced that Mob should get another go? Boom, AFK. Fair enough.
I'm thinking. Yeah, sure.
Oh, we got a yes from Lindsay.
I'll vote yes.
James. Ooh. It looks like chat is voting against you, Mob.
Look, I don't blame him, to be fair.
Where's Kit?
People can spend points and bits. It makes it a little bit potentially biased.
I 100% did that for the
Kid is
lols.
currently reading a fantasy book of their own.
James is just
Oh, it's
like
getting
AFK.
closer now.
Oh,
James may have already voted.
Gonna end. Oh, they're gonna save ya.
I'm trying to save you here, mate.
Oh no.
Come on, James. You can do it.
I've
Spend
run
all your money on me.
I legit have run out of points.
There's someone voting
I
against ya.
I used all my lab points for you.
James, you get a vote outside of that chat.
I did.
I don't know. What is your vote inside
You get a
this
verbal vote.
stream? You get a verbal one.
Does Mob get another chance? I think you should get another chance.
Oh, Draslage cheered 500 bits. Lord Straub contributed 8,000 channel points to get Mob another shot.
Right at the end, dude.
Oh,
That's
so much
nice.
love.
That
So
was
much
actually
love.
intense. Now that
I just wanted to like swoop in at the end for all the glory.
I would love to know who was voting against you. That is
Totally
actually
a selfish decision.
that's amazing. That was actually the most intense poll we've ever had on GameStop before.
So I voted 9 times for yes, so only 4 other people voted yes and 9 voted no. Wow.
I voted 3
Wow.
yes.
Dress contributed 500 bits. 500 bits, was that to no? Couldn't have been all to yes, had to be some to no. The math don't lie.
Ben's
Dress, you
like
boss.
he's moving the drama dial back and forth.
Grass is just having way too much fun with it.
The Mob, you're invigorated. The story is dust. We hear you. So, choose a spell. Fool's Gold, ESP, or Illusion. And I will note that you will not get another chance. Next time you die, you die.
I will be going with Illusion.
Alright. 5.
Like we need some like Pokemon Elite Four battle music, like the 8-bit versions. Dun.
You concentrate on your illusion. You can either convince him that he is being attacked by an enemy, or make yourself disappear in the hope that he will come looking for you.
Disappear.
Alright. Disappear. You can, however, still watch the Calcrom from your cell. To your consternation? Fuck. The beast has not noticed that you've gone. You wait patiently, but to no avail. And now you start to worry that the spell will soon be wearing off. You kick the dust at your feet. The creature looks up and rushes over to your cell door, but you are nowhere to be seen. It opens a door and enters the cell, but as it does, your spell begins to wear off. Try to trick me, eh? Says the Calcurum as it grabs you. I told you, Carl, he's a witch. You will now have to fight this creature. Skill 9, stamina 8. You may cast a weakness spell on it, which will reduce its skill to 5. You defeat the creature, you will leave the jail along the passageway that runs northward. You have no option to run. Alright. So, skill was 9. Stamina was 8. Okay.
Now watch me die in combat.
I have my dice ready,
I'm good
which
to go.
I'm really excited to show everyone. This is pretty cool. I'm going to roll dice and it's going to show up on screen on the character sheet. Those dice that have been sitting there, the entire thing, aren't a decoration. They're real. I fucking
Hang on.
love that.
Before
Okay, so
before
just
you
to
do this.
remind you, so you know what's going on. Mob, where's... Yeah.
Hang on, before you do this. Oh no, I lost my joke. I lost my joke.
Oh
Damn
no!
it.
All right, well you scramble for that.
No, James,
Mob.
I'm still
So
here.
just so that you're reminded, when you are told to fight a creature, you must resolve the battle as described below. We first record the creature's skill and stamina scores, which we've done. Roll 2 dice for the creature. Add its skill score. This total is its attack strength. So in this case, I rolled a 4 plus 9 is 13. Then you roll 2 dice for yourself. Add your current skill, which is 9, and that is your total attack strength. Whose
So-
attack strength is higher? If your attack strength is higher, you've wounded the creature. If my attack strength's higher, I've wounded you. And that's 2 points either way. If we are tied, we both miss and we keep going. And then the other option you have is you can use luck, which is you make a luck roll with 2d6s, and then you have to try and roll an 11 or lower, and then to successfully do 1 more point of damage or suffer 1 less point of damage. Okay?
Yep.
Alright, so I've rolled a 4. My attack is 13.
I rolled a 10. My attack is 19.
Fuck. Alright, my stamina is 6. Okay. I'm not gonna update it on the fly. My stamina is 6. I'm gonna roll again. 18.
14.
So you take 2.
Yep.
I kind of need to update this on the fly, right? So monster stamina properties. There we go. And now we're going to bring up our dice. Bring up our properties. So you took 2, so you're on 17. And then I'm on... Oh shit, I got rid of mine. Alright, throw. That way. I rolled a 2, so 11.
I rolled an 11 on the dice.
Fuck. I'm on 4. Alright. I rolled 6, so 15.
Total of 16.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'm on 2. I roll a 3, so 12.
18 total.
Sorry, luck sack. Fuck.
Gonna kill me and kill me.
I
Alright,
cracked out some new dice for this, Benny.
Oh, nice. Are those the one you got from me that I swore rolled d20s? Or at least were at...
No, those are already being used.
They roll a d20. They're gas. Alright, monster's dead. You win this round.
Ooh.
I kick him as I walk out.
Roll a d6. Tell me what the result is.
4.
Alright. You kick him on your way out and you suffer no damage. If you rolled a 1, I would have made you take damage. You're spied. Time to fight, mob. Alright, gas. Okay. That was a lot of fun. Alright, so we killed them. We defeat the creature, we turn to 170. Alright. The passageway twists and turns, eventually ending in a flight of stairs going upwards. You climb the stairs to find yourself in a short passageway, ending at a dead end. As you examine the wall, you discover a short lever which you pull. The rock face head opens slightly and closes behind you as you walk through. You're now standing in front of a door, which is locked. Will you try to break it down, or will you try to cast the strength spell to smash it to bits?
Strength spell. May as well make use of it.
Yeah, you did save it from
By the
before.
way, the stream has errored on me.
Streams what?
Oh, it's fixed. Never mind.
James is just breaking everything again.
Did you find you'd choke?
Yeah, it's with my dignity in the other room.
Alright, so we cast a strength spell to smash it to bits once.
I will break this guy's house down around me.
Your superpowered hands grip the handle and tug, and it comes off in your grip. You bunch
sure
up
it
a
does.
fist and slam it into the center of the door, and the wood cracks and breaks, allowing you to break through into the room beyond. Hulk angry. Sorry, that was very descriptive.
Hey, I was enjoying the visual.
Yeah, don't
You
stop.
now stand in a large room. a large round room. It is lit by a single torch fixed into one wall. There is no furniture in this room, save for a rough wooden table and chair in the center. Hovering above that table, fast asleep, is a very small man dressed in a green shirt and pantaloons. He cannot be more than a meter tall, and cannot believe, and you cannot believe that he is still asleep after your noisy entrance. You hear a creak and turn to your right, in time to see a small catapult fire a missile of some sort straight at you. It is going to hit you unless you use a shielding spell. You use a spell, turn to 192. If you cannot or will not, turn to this page. Here's the little dude.
I said it
I
better.
don't know if you guys have played Morrowind, but this guy's clearly a dick.
Hey, it looks like a lot of fun.
That's a dark elf for sure.
You didn't get shielding, did you?
Yep. Let's go. I'll block with my face.
Alright.
You get hit by the hurling
359.
catapult with shit.
It burns! 359.
Oh, Draz! Ow!
So this is how you get pink eye.
Oh, Dras. Well,
Plus
no
1 to night
punches.
vision.
You try to duck, but you cannot avoid the full impact of the missile, which hits you on the forehead and splatters all over your face. You brace yourself, waiting perhaps for an acidic reaction to take place, but the mushy liquid merely drips off of your face onto the ground. Cautiously, you test it. First with your fingers, then with your tongue. You have just been hit by a ripe tomato. You turn to face the sleeping figure once more. And for 29.
Tasty.
You've just been smacked in the face with a tomato.
You imagine if you shield spelled that? Just deflect this tomato.
Like splashes on the creature.
Hits the creature so hard, like it just like decapitates the creature.
I'm just wondering
I
if the
wouldn't put
shielding
it
spell
past
would have
this
launched
book.
it back.
Cautiously, you approach the little man. As you get close, a single eye opens and looks you straight in the eye. A wide grin spreads between the creature's ears and disappears. Good morning to you, says a chirpy little voice behind you, and you swivel around to see him standing there, still grinning. I'm Oshimus, the leprechaun. He chuckles and holds his hand out to you. He seems friendly enough. Will you shake his hand and try to befriend him, or draw your sword?
That's a tough one.
Does he have lucky charms?
I don't know. I've never met this character.
What if he steals your lucky charms?
Oh, baby.
Ooh.
You know what? People have been friendly enough to me so far around here, except for that little shit of a kobold, so I'm going to shake his hand and watch him steal my
That
watch.
one fucking kobold. I'm gonna leave you in suspense. I need to grab some more apple juice.
How are you still alive?
Pure and utter dumb luck. Plus, as I said earlier, when someone allows you on their property, don't have any issues with it. Just play nice.
Yeah.
I just wish you listened to the butler.
Turn left instead of right.
Pretty much. You know we're going to get to the end of this and he won't even be here. It'll be at his some home.
Is everyone in suspense? Don't kill their guards, that makes them mad.
I don't know why.
What are we
but,
doing?
like,
Are we shaking his hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm grabbing him by the hand and shaking.
He's grabbing. Don't shake his hand. You just
Like,
grab this leprechaun by the hand
lift
and then
him up
shake
and jiggle him
over your
around
hand.
some.
It's like Hulk smash him.
You grasp his hand and introduce yourself, and cry out as the nerves down your arm go numb. A shaman's burst out laugh and lose one skill point as you were using your sword arm. Oh, what a dick!
Okay, so now it's nothing but the stranger.
The hard knock life for mob. Oh my god. Alright, hold on. What the fuck? How did you get here?
I actually remember the entire way I got here.
You're becoming angry, but the little man continues to shake your hand and laugh. A laugh comes from behind you, and you look around to see him floating in the air, grinning, but you're still shaking his hand in front of you. Or are you? In fact, you now realize that you're frantically shaking hands with a stuffed dummy, which is flopping around on the end of your arm as you shake it. You throw it to the ground, but it's stuck to your hand. This situation is ludicrous, and you're becoming very angry. Just a little joke, says the leprechaun, who snaps his ringers. The dummy disappears. Now, what can I do for you? Will you ask him the way onwards or draw your sword?
Hey, he's just doing what leprechauns do. I'm just going to ask him now.
You're just going to find out which way
unsheath
onwards?
my sword right now.
Minus
48.
skill.
Diplomacy gets you everywhere. Remember that.
You go to speak, but your tongue is filling up your mouth as he laughs, tries another trick on you. Minus 3 to your initial stamina.
That was oddly specific, James. Shouldn't go this way, says Seamus. They're not pleasant parts. These 3 doors are the only way onwards. 2 of them are very dangerous, and the other one is very smelly. On the opposite side of the room are 3 doors. One has a brass handle, one has a copper handle, and one has a bronze handle. Which will you choose? Brass, copper, bronze, or will you ask his advice?
I'll ask his advice. He's been rather helpful lately.
Zapping you by the hand.
What he wants you to think.
Which would I take? Let's see, I'd not take the 2 doors on the left of the copper-handled one, nor the door to the right of the bronze-handled one. Which one would you choose? The brass, the copper, or the bronze?
Brass.
The brass one? 207. You open the door and peer through into the darkness beyond. You walk a couple of paces forward, allowing your eyes to accustom themselves to the blackness. You close behind you, bidding the leprechaun farewell. Top of the morning. Turn to 188.
I toss him a potato as I leave.
Motherfucker! These motherfucking wizards! A sudden intense flash of light bursts out in front of you. You shield your eyes and then rub them, but you cannot see. Panic hits you as you hear a low growling noise, padded footsteps coming closer, closer, as you cry out in pain, and this unseen creature roars and beds its sharp teeth into your leg. Will you cast a strength spell, a weakness spell, or draw your sword and slash at the creature? I'm pretty sure you're going to start slashing.
Time for some stabbing.
Do you like my sword?
Time to unsheath my sword.
Pokey pokey.
Turns out this is the dagger from the Russian roulette knife.
You slash about madly with your sword, but cannot hit the creature. Either it is extremely quick, or it has no solid body for you to hit. Its teeth are now tearing at your flesh, and you can feel blood on your leg. You will have to protect yourself with magic, or face certain death from this unseen creature. Will you cast strength spell or weakness spell, or if you cannot or will not, turn to 280. We don't have either. 280.
Maybe I shouldn't have thrown the potato. Could have been my last meal.
Could have used as a diversion.
The creature is savaging you mercilessly, and you're powerless to prevent it. Your leg is covered in blood, and the pain is sickening. To no avail, you struggle with the unseen head. You're in agony. The creature lunges at your neck, and your last memory before losing consciousness is the jaws closing around your throat. 323.
It was
You
all a
awake
dream.
and look around. As your memory returns, you're amazed that you can see. Your leg feels tender but is uninjured. You hear a small chuckle coming from above you, and suddenly the whole thing makes sense. Floating above you is Seamus, now laughing loudly. The whole thing has been a one big practical joke. You're enraged and leap to your feet, but as you glare at the funny little man rolling about in the air in hysterics, you cannot help but see the funny side too. You chuckle, then giggle and laugh loudly for some time, and the two of you roar with laughter until tears stream down your face. When you're both able to control yourselves, you eventually settle down to chat. He is a pleasant little man. Before you leave, he says, Indeed, you're a good sport. Your way ahead is fraught with danger but perhaps these will help. With a wave of his hand, a sword and a plate appear on the table. Then the sword is a magic battle sword and will add 1 point to your dice roll when throwing for your attack strength. The plate is, in fact, a silver mirror of fine workmanship. You may take these with you, but you will have to leave your old sword behind. Leave the room through either the brass, copper, or bronze handle. So we've got to update your stuff. I think you just got a magic sword.
Yeah, it sounds like I got a +1 sword, and I'm not complaining.
It's going to
Adds
turn into
1
like a
point to the
stick
dice
later,
roll.
though, because it's a leprechaun.
It's going to turn into a naked Seamus. He's got the hots for you.
Hey, he's good looking. I wouldn't say no.
You're going to pull it out and swing it, and he'll be like, "Hey, my lucky charms!"
I know me lucky charms. Fucking gone. Equipment. There we are. Properties. Sword. So we have a +1 sword. +1 sword. And you have a silver mirror of fine workmanship. Pretty sure. But he said a plate.
Yeah, but it's basically that I can use the plate as a mirror.
Alright. Gas. We have a silver
Morgan,
mirror.
you got him.
You want me to note fine workmanship, or are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. It'll make good money at the end of the campaign.
Oh, I can't believe how long you've been laughing. This is bullshit. I legitimately don't understand. Okay,
Been a while, yeah.
which door would you like? The brass handled door, the copper handled door, or the bronze?
Copper.
Copper.
Getting mauled by a creature, laughing, thinking it's Seamus again, but actually die.
Okay. Door opens and you enter a narrow corridor. You follow it for some time until you finally come to another door. This time a wide, carved door with the inscription wine cellar set into it. Try to handle it. You try the handle and it opens. Poking your head around the door, you can see rows and rows stacked full of bottles, full of wine. The room is dimly lit by several. Your opening the door has caused a little bell to ring, and a figure is limping towards you up one of the aisles. Will you draw your sword and prepare to defend yourself, or see what this fellow might have to say?
I will be honest. Almost everyone here has been real friendly. So I think I might introduce myself, get a good handshake going, get to know him, maybe go home, meet his family.
Yeah?
Man, you're cheating on Seamus already?
What do you mean cheating?
What are you
We're
talking
in a
about? This is
polyamorous
probably
relationship.
Seamus. We haven't left.
We're in a polyamorous relationship. We can see other people as well.
Hazel said, stick around and get smashed.
Hey, I wish.
Alright, so let's see what the fellow has to say, I guess. The black elf approaches you in a skinny and ragged, The black elf approaching you is skinny and ragged. He asks whether you're a guest or an adventurer. You tell him that you're a guest. Come down to sample the wine he keeps in his famous wine cellar. With a certain pride, he shows you the vintage bottle he keeps for his lord, the demi-sorcerer. Some of them he claims have magical powers. He offers to let you sample the wine. Will you try a sample of the red wine, the white wine, the rosé wine, or will you decline his offer and make your way onwards?
Well, firstly, I know he's lying because no one actually says rosé wine. They just say rosé.
That's rosé wine.
I know. That's why I'm saying
I
he's
didn't add
lying.
that. I'm just letting you know. I didn't add that.
I think it would just be rude of you right now not to accept.
Oh, look, can I try all three at once? But look,
no. Fortunately, though I would let you do that.
Look, I might go for the Merlot, so I'll go for that nice red.
Oh yeah, we're going for the red. All right, let's go for it. Okay. You taste the wine and nod. Vintage is indeed excellent, with a refreshing fruity taste. You try a little more and start to feel lightheaded. You may add 2 stamina points and 3 luck points for finding such an excellent beverage. You thank the elf and press onwards. Fuck you, mob. I'm legitimately upset by how far you're making it through this fucking book.
I want to point out when we started this and when Benny was like, yeah, guys, this would be great. He goes, you're all going to die so quickly.
Yeah, I believe he said we'd be getting a few runs through this.
We'll stop hogging the fun, alright?
No, this is great.
This is fine.
I will tell you this now, Lindsay and James. We do runs for you guys as well. I will bring this energy of reading it out as I have for Mob. Don't despair. Just know that Mob is hogging all.
That's fine.
No
I like
here.
being the
It's great.
center of attention. You know this.
Mob is only alive on my whim right now. So, like, that's fine.
That's
Thank you,
true.
Josh.
That is actually true.
I'm loving it.
Alright. At the far end of the wine cellar is a wooden door, which you try. It opens into a passageway which leads onwards for several meters. Some way along the passage, you arrive at a 4-way junction. Take a path to the north, which eventually leads you to a wooden door. You can hear nothing but listening at a keyhole. Will you try to open the door slowly and quietly, or charge the door down?
Look, being brash does not really work that well, so I think I'm going to be nice and quiet and try and open this door gently.
Okay.
You should lose the fight with the door.
No, because it's bound to be a mimic.
Charges a door. Door is actually built
Will you
really
try
well.
to open the door
It's
slowly and
caged
quietly?
over.
Alright, 308.
Door is a fire door, cannot break.
The handle turns and you step into a dark room. Under 257. Ooh, we got another picture. I've never seen this picture.
Did it again?
Daddy?
Ooh, daddy. You look around the room. It's lit only by your torch. Although a fairly large room, it has little furniture in it. Although a large boulder, sliced flat, resembles a table, and a smaller boulder forms a sort of stool in one corner. A pile of rocks are held together with mud. You cannot imagine their purpose, although they support 3 wooden chests. Then you jump with fright as your torch lights up at a large creature, seemingly made of rock itself, standing by the door. It is roughly human-shaped, although somewhat larger. Its eyes are staring straight at you, but you cannot be sure it's actually seeing you. Will you run for the other door, attempt to speak to the creature, or move slowly toward the boxes in the corner?
Look, I didn't come here to steal treasure. I came here to kill someone. So no, I'm not going anywhere near the chests. Look, he looks like a friendly fellow. He looks like he might be able to direct me to where I need to go. Let's have a little chat.
Props to the artist. That does not look like a friendly fellow. But you want to have a chat?
I think every character's just been misunderstood so far.
Yeah, exactly. I think I just need to have a chinwag with this guy. Maybe he needs to get something off his chest.
What about the greedy little fucking ape dog at the start? I don't know what you guys are on about. All right.
Wait, maybe he just has some self-insecurity issues and you are not helping them. You're being part of the problem right now.
Whoa,
Perhaps
whoa, don't
in
attack
some
me.
Look, he may have been in some financial difficulties. You never know. You don't know people's life circumstances.
Holy shit.
It could be like hardcore
Okay,
alopecia.
I did not mean that. I meant that the artist has conveyed emotion that is clearly meant to be a red herring, bastards.
You're welcome.
Alright, did we attempt to speak with the creature? 357. I clearly picked the right people. The creature is apparently deaf-mute. Hail it in all languages you know, but it continues to stand silently. Make a move toward the center of the room. Turn 100. At your first movement, the creature seems to break from its trance and steps towards you. Seeing this, you may either run from the door at the far end of the room or make for the boxes and risk taking on this silent giant.
Door.
Door. Go! Either run for the door, so 230. Okay. You open the door and step forwards into a passageway, which runs eastward for several meters and then ends at the foot of a staircase. You climb the stairs and eventually find yourself in a narrow passageway. A short distance ahead, you can see an opening into a large, well-lit room. You press forwards. 9. The room you're in is some sort of grand dining hall. A long table large enough to seat some 40 or 50 people stands in the center, edged with chairs. Various doors and passages lead from the room, but you are particularly interested in 2 staircases which lead upwards in either end of the balcony overlooking the hall. Paintings and suits of armor decorate the wall. The room is empty. Will you take the left-hand staircase upwards, the right-hand staircase upwards, investigate the paintings, or investigate the suits of armor?
So, look, I'm going to go on the theory of mazes. If you keep turning the same direction, you will eventually get to where you need to be. I'm going to go right.
Remember, you've fallen, like, down the citadel. The direction's all jacked up.
Yeah, I know, but I'm going to go on the basis of a maze.
Take the right-hand staircase. Okay, 197. The stairs are well worn and creak under your weight. Cautiously, climb up to the balcony. 360. Along the balcony are 3 doors. Will you try the door on the left, the door in the center, or the door on the right?
Well, we know my method. Let's
Right.
go to the right.
4. The door opens and you enter the room. It is quite large and decorated with various carvings. It looks like something like an artist's studio. A number of unfinished stone statues line one wall. In the center of the room, a large stone gargoyle is standing on a stone-carved box. As you enter the room, the creature creaks, its head turns towards you. Slowly, it comes alive. Hopping down off of its pedestal, it blocks your way through the room to a door on the far side. What will you do? Will you draw your sword in advance, prepare to cast a spell, look through your bag for something to use, or nip out of this room and try the middle door?
Nope. New door.
New door?
New door, who dis?
Better than 6. Alright. You listen at the door and can hear squeaky voices laughing and squabbling. Try the handle at the door. Did I do the right one? Nip out of this room and try the middle door. Okay, yeah. You listen at the door and can hear squeaky voices laughing and squabbling. My god, this one's got a picture too.
Children of the Corn.
Skull in the background. You try the handle, the door opens. Inside is a brightly colored room. A few small beds are in one corner, and strewn about the floor are small mannequins of various brutish creatures. Along the right-hand wall is a large box, and just beyond the box is a door. In the center of the floor, and looking up at the quizzical, are three small creatures. They're human-like, but have green skin and pointed ears, and slit-like eyes. What will your approach be? Will you draw your sword and prepare to fight them? Look in your pack for something to offer them, or walk confidently across the room to the far door?
I have a silver mirror / plates. Look, fighting things doesn't seem to be my strongest suit, even with my pretty new sword, because I'm basically at where I started.
Actually, yeah, because you got neg 1 from that bloody asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, Seamus!
Hey, Seamus, me best bud. Look, I'm going to rummage through my pack. Maybe they just need something to keep them a little occupied. Looks like they're running out of things to play with in here.
Alright. What will you offer them? A pocket myriad, a spider in a jar, a handful of small berries. You cannot offer any of these. You can either draw your sword or head for the far door.
What was the first one? First door?
Pocket myriad.
Yep, no, door it is.
Door it is. 366. Get a spider in a jar.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't get that. I'd keep that.
As you stride past them, the little creatures watch you silently. They seem merely to find you. You feel that something's not quite right.
Look, I've had that sensation since I walked through the front door, to be fair.
You leave the room and head down a short corridor. Some meters down, you find yourself at the foot of a staircase. This is a spiral staircase which leads right up into the Citadel Tower. You climb the stairs cautiously and eventually arrive at a small landing with two doorways in front of you. Will you take the left-hand door or the right-hand door?
Always turn right at Albuquerque.
Live by the right, die by the right. 104. Here we are. You try the handle and it turns. The door is stiff and must be shoved open. The room inside is some sort of living abode with tables, chairs, shelves, and a collection of animal heads on the walls.
Yes, I found our room for the night.
There is a plush pile carpet on the floor. Suddenly, one of the animal heads turns and looks towards you. It's some kind of dog and it barks loudly in a tone which is warning both to you and to any of its cronies which might be within earshot. As you watch the head, you do not notice a carpet which flies up from the floor and whisks past you. Clipping your ear, you spin round in time to see one of the chairs slowly reforming itself into a tall man. "What business have you here?" he booms. Will you try to talk with him? Use one of your spells, search through your backpack for a weapon or gift, or leave the room quickly and try the other door.
Look, I'll be honest, I didn't realize we were doing a remake of Beauty and the Beast, so... Look, talking's been working wonders for me.
You gonna try and
Let's
talk to
keep
him?
going with this. Yep, no, being the diplomat works.
266. Alright. He's not interested in your chat or your stories and questions your authority to be here. Without warning, he turns into a snake hissing at you and slithers across the floor towards you. Meanwhile, the dog head on the wall has detached itself and is now floating in the air towards you. Will you use a spell or search through your backpack for something of use?
let's go with the spell. Because outside of that one use of
Oh.
levitate, everything's been going well.
Turn to 310. Will you use a creature copy spell, an illusion spell, or an ESP spell?
Oh, we're going with that lovely creature copy spell. Here's one I prepared earlier.
Here's one I have. A copy. Okie dokie. 181. I'm stunned at how long you've lasted. Fuck. Look at this face.
Mine.
Hey, it's me after a night out drinking.
You cast the spell into the air. As you do, the flying carpet sails past you, and to your consternation, a second identical carpet appears and begins to fly around the room. Suddenly, the air is a whirl. The dog's head flies off the wall and bites your arm savagely. Lose 2 stamina points. More. Properties. Back to 17. Seemingly. If you're lucky, the snake's fangs merely graze you. Lose another 2 stamina points if you're unlucky. Okay.
Hey,
So you
a
gotta.
luck check.
So yep, I think that's 2d6. Yeah.
2d6 equal to or under my luck score, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yep. Roll under 11 or under.
How does a 9 sound?
Frustrating. Good on you. In a blinding flash, you realize that its bite. Oh, what? No, so it grazes you. If you're unlucky, its fangs. Body is racked with pain, and you must either offer your opponents a gift from your backpack or leave the room quickly by the other door.
Look, they don't seem interested in anything I've got, anything I want to say, so I'm out.
You're yeeting at the door. Leave the room quickly by the other door. 25. Alright. The door opens, allowing you into a large circular room with you scratch your head quizzically. In the center of the room, you can see a small island surrounded by a wide trench on which stands a chest surrounded with metal fastenings. The trench is too wide to jump, very deep, but inside, just inside the door is a length of rope. The door leads from the room opposite the door you came in through. Will you ignore the box and walk around the trench to the other door? Cast a strength spell and leap across the trench? Or pick up a rope and formulate a plan? Also, Bella cheered a bit. Seems good. I'll be honest, Bella. I have never lasted this long. I don't know if it's my reading it out. I don't know if it's Mob's years of experience with roleplay adventures and things like that. But holy shit, Mob, what the fuck?
He's got this. He just knows. He just knows.
He just knows.
Benny, all I can say is praise. Praise my God, Lindsay, for keeping me going.
Praise my God, Lindsay, for keeping
Yes, I gave you the power. It will.
Just remember, you have 3 fires left.
Null says
Yeah,
luck
I know.
goes down
Trust
by
me,
one. Oh, right. Null actually has got us there. You used your luck, so luck goes down by 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good call. You don't want
Although,
him surviving.
I will state, if I survive this and I still have a fire left, I am
Trust
torching
me,
the entire
100%.
place down.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? There's a very good plan to be made of swinging on a rope.
You're gonna pick up a rope and formulate a plan?
Yep.
Alright. Bella cheered 10 bits.
I see the cheer wars going on.
I don't think it's cheer wars. I think my emote got approved and they want to use it.
Eh.
An idea strikes you. You tie the rope into a loop with a slip knot at the end, whirling the rope around your head. You try to snare the chest. What? You try to snare the chest. After several throws, your loop goes over the chest and you slip the knot tighten. And around it, you pull and the chest shifts. You pull once and it falls over the edge down into the trench. But to your dismay, the weight of the box is enormous and it pulls you right over with it. If you have the levitation spell, use it and turn to this page. Otherwise, don't.
I ain't going back down. It took me too long to get back up. Levitate.
Levitate, motherfucker. Where's the notes? Property. Alright, there goes the levitate spell. Wow, they're going hard. Come on, hyper train. My hyper mode is there actually. God, look bad.
Yeah.
So levitate spell 379. Okay. You release the rope and float into the air, dropping back onto the ground at the rim of the trench. You curse at the fiendish trap that had been laid for greedy adventurers like yourself. You move on to the door opposite your entrance and try the handle to it.
Look, I figured this place has tried to kill me enough by now. At least going to get something out of it.
All I can think of is you open this door and like some giant comical punching boxing glove on a spring punches you into the hole.
No. It's a launch pad on the ground, so as soon as you step through the door, it launches you back out.
Well, he has no levitation now, so if he falls, he's fucked. You leave through the door and find yourself at the foot of another spiral staircase leading up into the Black Tower. Climbing the stairs, you eventually come to a landing where a single door is the only way onwards. Try the door and it opens slowly. You feel yourself sucked into a room. As if by magic, your torch flickers and dies. The room is pitch black from nowhere, yet everywhere comes a mocking laugh which fills the room. Foolish adventurer, says another voice, which changes its tone from high to low as it speaks. Welcome to the home of the Ganges. Unfortunately, it will be the last room you ever see. Ah, but of course, you cannot see, can you? But we can see you. Can't we, brothers? And laughing voices come from all around you. Suddenly, a ghostly white, luminous face flies towards you. You recoil in horror. Throwing yourself on the ground, you begin to feel frightened. Lose 1 skill and 2 stamina and 1 luck point for your fear. What can you do here? So 1 skill. Sorry, I really lent into that.
Well, at least now I get to work out if my idea of the illusion was actually spot on, or whether I was really far off with the way they look.
Property. Yo. Fuck.
This is hype train people are going on about.
Did it work? Is the hype train going?
If enough people donate bits in a short amount of time,
I don't know.
God.
I'll be honest, that is not a me thing. That's a James thing. I really am sorry if he's turned that off. Okay. What can you do here? Create a fire spell, try an illusion spell, feel in your backpack for an artifact, or draw your sword.
Light it up.
Light it up, motherfucker. No. Brave.
Alright. You've been waiting for this room specifically.
I feel like I'm designed for this room.
Alright, 85. Go. You cast your spell and wait for a fireball to appear at the end of your torch. Torch flickers just enough for you to see that there is a door on the far side of the room, but then goes again. The Ganges laugh. laugh once more at your efforts to thwart them. You feel a blow at your head which knocks you to the ground again. Lose 2 stamina points. Oh, fuck. You're getting knocked the fuck out. Done. Okay, will you try an illusion spell, take something from your backpack, or draw your sword?
Let's try something from the backpack just because we can. If I'm going out a pacifist.
What will you pull from your backpack? A spider in a jar, a charmed amulet, or a jar of ointment? If you have none of these, you will have to draw your sword and face them.
Fine, I'm not going out a pacifist, it seems.
Try. A silence spreads over the room. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream comes from one corner, and a hideous face appears in the air, shooting towards you, screaming as it comes. Your hair stands on end as your legs turn to jelly. Somehow, you manage to reach the door, fling it open, and race through. However, you've forgotten that you are high in a tower. The balcony has no railing. Tumble over the ledge and fall straight down. If you have a levitation spell, turn to 103. Otherwise, you land in a crumpled heap at the base of the tower. Broken body breathes its last breath.
Still died a pacifist. I didn't swing at them.
Rest in peace.
Get fucked.
Man, you survived for like an hour and a half.
For fucking ever.
Jeez.
Is he really dead? Don't you get
Could
to
have
actually hang on,
Rick's got the not like this emotes in chat. If James turned it off, that's disappointing. I'm sorry, Bella. I don't know what's going on there. I honestly don't. I've only got access to the dashboard and OBS, which is why the bot is... But the bot has nothing to do with hype trains.
If I'm not mistaken, was there not a house rule on being able to verbally communicate a very better reason for not dying?
It was a once-off, and
It was
I've
a
already used my
once-off
one.
thing.
Yeah, it's only once off. I think.
Yeah, one time use.
Well, I want you guys to have a go, right? Like, we can't have Lucksack McGee going for an hour and a half.
Is this the part where we extort chat for donations to keep going?
Nope. Not at all.
Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon. It helps the algorithm.
Look, that was
Man.
a lot longer than I was expecting it. I would go.
Yeah. Don't worry, it gives me confidence for my strategy, don't worry.
Dude, it's 11 p.m.
Yeah, I'm going to need to shoot off very shortly, sadly.
Yeah. James, do you need to go soon too? Because you can pip ahead.
Look, I was hoping to done by now.
Makes sense. Well, we'll sort it out with Ben when he comes back. It makes sense. It doesn't. We weren't expecting this to be this long.
Well, when Benny approached me about this, going, how long do you reckon it'll be? Oh, an hour and a half.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one lot of the game took about an hour and a half, right?
Twitch doesn't save the replays of anything over, like, I think it's 30 days or whatever. But I read this book on stream by myself and did all the rolling live. And I was dead in 20 minutes. 4 times in a row. Doing completely different things.
Self-justification here.
To me, that just sounds like excuses from Benny.
Now what?
And you know what? In the
That hurt.
the famous words of the penguin, Madagascar. Don't give me results.
I loosely heard you guys while I was just running for a drink. Do you guys want to go again, or do you want to call it there? We're almost at the 2-hour mark.
Yeah. I don't mind calling it. If the group needs to go, the adults need to go.
Yeah, sadly, working human tomorrow.
That's all right.
It was very entertaining, regardless.
I think we had one whale of a time. I've got this lovely overlay with this thing I didn't get to use very much of because pacifist. This lovely dice thing, which I am fucking enamored by. How good is this?
And if we do this again, I am down for working alongside James and Lindsay because I want to give them grief with their runs.
All right. Well, so I will be doing my best to work next Monday with Rory to hopefully get his custom sort of campaign going, but we'll see how that goes. We had a bit of unfortunate shuffling around at the last minute here, and I do apologize for that, guys. But I'm so happy that Mob, Lindsay, and James, you came at my behest to hang out. Fucking not only last minute, literally seconds before we're technically supposed to go live, and then stuck with me long enough to hang out, play all night. So thank you, guys. Really, really appreciate that.
And thank you, Benny, for putting me through that.
Yeah, thanks, Benny, for at a drop of the hat conceiving and setting this up.
Yeah, this has actually been just enjoyable.
It's been fantastic.
Part of and make a bit of witty banter here and there.
Those books are amazing, though, right? Like, who the fuck came up with that?
Someone letting their imagination run wild.
Oh man,
Well, I guess it
I love
depends.
it.
Do you want to keep going, or do you want to call it?
No, let's call it. Let's let the good things simmer. Let's give the people something to look forward to in the coming weeks. I will keep Lindsay and James at the top of my list if they want to come back to this. I will let Mob know post haste to make sure he has the night free to come over, give you guys some shit. But yeah, I hope you guys have absolutely enjoyed the company I've brought that managed to come out of nowhere for me. And I really hope that I wasn't over exaggerating in my story, but hopefully entertaining nonetheless. Let's go and raid someone. Who's on? Chat, tell me, who am I raiding? Guys in here, Mob, Lindsay, do I need to raid someone you guys like?
Nobody of mine is on.
I'm gonna say, I think Canister's on at the moment.
Who's Canister?
You wanted to go big?
Is that new?
Yo, Canister, the MTG player.
I don't know who that is. We got Gripe Away. Let's raid Gripe Away tomorrow, Bella, when we play some Gloomhaven. That would be fun. Canister. How do I spell Canister?
Give me 1 second. I need to actually load up Twitch again because it was messing around with my...
Make new friends. I will be on again tomorrow night. We're going to be playing Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion. You'll see who's there when they're there. Oh, Yuri's on. Let's go raid Yuri.
Yuri's on.
See?
Is he? I'll believe you. I don't see it. Maybe I'm...
James, yes. No, let's do Canister this time, and then we'll do Yuri next.
Canister currently playing Crash Bandicoot 4.
Okay, cool. Shoot.
So K-A-N.
K-A-N.
I-S.
I-S.
T-E-R.
T-E-R.
Yeah, underscore MTG.
MTG.
But that's not.
All right.
Crash.
Let's go meet a new friend. Get all of your emotes ready. I want to see the Molecule Man. I want to see Daisy's Doggo if you've got it. La Lady Bella, Daisy Doggo emotes. If you don't have any of those, Chef Frank is the doggo with the chef hat. Have some fun. This guy sounds lovely. He sounds like a cylindrical device that you would store things in. But yeah, been breathtaking. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
And Discord shat itself right at the end there. Thanks, Discord.
That was sick.
Yeah, that was cool.
I want an emoji.
I don't know who Canister
that
is.
was
I'm not in
epic.
there. Sorry.
I wish for.
Ah,
Benny, just to quickly respond to your email from before. Sorting out the card and stuff. Am I able to just come in and get it once this is back?
sorry, 1 sec. My Discord is being a bitch. My email about sorting that stuff out. What's up?
The card from the gambling stream. With like postage or whatever. Can I just pick it up when that is an option?
Yeah, 100%. If
Okay, cool.
that's what you would like to do, the email's more to say like you would like to, if you want to pay postage, sorry, not pay postage. If you want to pay for it over the phone, you can. Otherwise, I've actually set up a way that you can do it via PayPal very easily. And then the rest is up to you. If you want to hang on to it, I've just been telling people that we are currently looking for a pop-up. I can't do anything more than that. As soon as we get a pop-up, I'm going to let people do all their pickups and everything. We're on it. We're just... I will tell you guys when I know more. Trust me, I will scream the high heavens.
It's no rush. It's just that I would rather just... I don't know. I don't need it physically yet at all. So
Is it just because
I'd rather just let it sit.
All right, guys, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. Cheers for tonight, though.
Catch you. I'm
Awesome.
catch you.
It was so lovely to hang out with you again. And actually play a game for once.
Yeah, you had a good run. Pretty good.
Yeah. Look, I just went instinctively what would be the most comical outcome. And I just went from there.
I
Oh
love
my
it.
god. Well,
You
I
went down
hope
a
you had
similar
fun.
path I would go for.
But yeah, no, definitely had fun. You guys have fun tonight. And I'll chat to you all later.
Will do.
Yep.
Peace, mate.
Alright.
Peace out.
Alright, I'm gonna move over to general for now. James, I'm completely keen for a quick game if you like.
Because I
Yeah,
want
we'll
to try
move
this
to-
Kaza deck.